What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Up the vibes, up the vibes, up the vibes. Listen, I ain't even gonna, be long on this one. Yo, real talk. I got some fruit water, son. This right here, banging. I Googled, right? I said, what are the fruits that's most helpful for the brain? It pulled up blueberries, strawberries, lemons, citrus fruits, lemons, oranges, grapefruits, and stuff like that. So I got some blueberries, some strawberries, some oranges, and some lemons in there, and it just got me floating, yo. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it got me floating. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, man. But what up, though? How y'all feeling? You feel me? Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, right? I had to restrain myself, right? A few weeks ago, right? And I'm gonna just tell the story because it's been a while. I had to restrain myself, yo. And that's the war, right? That's the war, right? Restraining, controlling yourself, right? I was on Strip Chat in the Latina section going stupid. You feel what I'm saying? Going dumb up. But Shorty was on there. She was in there winking. She was in there winking her asshole. She went for the oil. I was like, oh no, I gotta go. I had to get up out of there. I ain't gonna lie. I had to get up out of there. But listen. So, I ain't gonna be long on this one, right? I'm gonna try not to be. I was doing a meditation, and I pretty much got so much lectures stocked up in my head, but this is just one of them. The age of Aquarius, yo. I wanted to break this down. It ties into the, some of the riots in LA. It just ties into so much that, you could kind of, when I start putting it down, you could kind of get where I'm going, and just, how I do. I tell y'all, take it, use your imagination and build on what I'm saying, So, the age of Aquarius, I kind of made a post yesterday where I was saying, you're going to want to know how to manifest. You're going to want to know how to, be creative. And, those are the people that's walking the path of the chosen. That's what, and this kind of been going on for like the last 15, 20 years. It's just people are not really paying it no mind like they should. But, shout out to Soldier Boy, Big Soldier. He kind of pioneered the way, because you can't even sell socks right now without a social media presence. So I don't see why, oh, I know why, it's people, the old regime is just holding on. I won't say, and I'm not going to try, like I say, I'm going to love vibration, so I'm not going to be harsh on people. I'm just going to say outdated thinking, they're, kind of really trying to hold on, and it's like, that's kind of, we kind of getting away from that, We out here, Centennial, beautiful park. But, anyway, that's kind of the tug and pull that we got going on, right? So let me break it down, right? So, like I said, the age of Aquarius, right? And you could Google this stuff. The age of Aquarius is basically, I like to simplify things, and I like to simplify things, and I like to put it in terms to where a third grader could understand or fifth grader could understand. So just, kind of bear with it, and you can kind of see where I'm going with it. And so this is for me because I kind of feel the tension of, like, there's people with outdated thinking that's watching me, and they're like, oh, nobody can live like that. But it's all gonna tie into, you shouldn't be watching me trying to live like me. First of all, that's a part of it. That's a part of taking the chosen path, where you finding your lane. You know what I'm saying? If you can't find no lane on Pusha T and No Malice, God gonna sort them out. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sweating, this hot, but anyway, I don't care. So this is what it is. So the age of Aquarius, we getting out of the age of Pisces, right? This fear, manipulation, and control, right? That's what was in the old age of, like, there's people that want you in fear, they want to have control over you, and they want to manipulate your mind, all right? So, and let me understand, this is not me raging war on nobody. This is just me telling you that this is the age that we're going in. This is what's going to make a break, and you're going to see why. You're going to see what I mean when I say that, right? Because fear, manipulation, and control, that's not really on a love vibration, right? Because when you think about it like that, people will go so far to impose that on you, to where, your life could be in danger. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we're getting into the age of Aquarius, where let me break it down for you, on this love vibration, this equality. Remember that word, equality. So we're gonna, it's now it's starting to be the time to level the playing field. Y'all know where I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? It's time we have to level the playing field, because we have too much people that turning their nose up at other people because of what they have, and trying to have their foot on their neck because of what they have, right? And so that's where you get into, I'm not even gonna, okay, let me go back, let me rewind. I don't want to move too fast. So you could kind of get the gist of what I'm saying when I say we have people that are holding on so bad and so tight to where they want to have control. They want to sit in the seat instead of, and control your life instead of, just being supportive, yo. Be supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have something that's for me, let me spread my wings, and if it's love there, I'm gonna fuck with you. Like, that's just as simple as that. But you got people that are in these greed. These are all things of the devil now. You know what I'm saying? Of the ego. Greed, they don't want to hold themselves accountable, they're scared to go through the shift because they're scared of the embarrassment. So now we have things like these riots in LA, right? You look at that, it's just that the shift is happening. So they gotta kind of find a reason for the season. You know what I'm saying? They gotta kind of, this is something that's happened naturally, but they gotta kind of put a name on it to make it seem like, because they don't want to be accountable and take accountability that, maybe they weren't maybe they didn't lead the country the right way. You get what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of that. It ain't just this trickle all the way down. You know what I'm saying? So remember now when I say equality, so you have these groups and you have these societies and things like that. I'm not trying to wage war. I'm trying to push the thinking forward, right? So you have these groups and these things where it's like, oh, well, we gonna do this and that. You have these people that basically, it's like, understand that it's a lot of it has been passed down and it's been stolen anyway. So it's like everything has been stolen. You know what I'm saying? So you pass that down, and it's like, you know, not everything, but it's like, it's a lot of people that program to turn their nose up at others when they have things that were passed down to them anyway that's been stolen land, whatever, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of the type of thinking that we're kind of moving away from, because we gotta remember now, the mother planet Earth, she's trying to rise to 5D energy as well. So remember now, this 5D energy, that's the goal. These high vibrations, this liberation, that's the goal. This love vibration, this utopia, that's the goal. It's either going to be either or the other. Y'all can keep on this karmic timeline that y'all have set up, and it's going to be gloom and doom. Ain't going to be no Earth. Ain't going to be nothing to reincarnate into. Ain't going to be nothing for your kids and your grandkids. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we got to have these generational curse breakers coming up to, yes, being programmed to look down at others is a curse, because that's not a love vibration, because you're going to be like, hey, look, if you ain't in with us and you not, you know what I'm saying, you ain't rolling with what we doing, you can't get in, and we'll kill you about it if you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of karmic timeline that we're on. You know, that's why in this age of Aquarius, it's DOG. It's DOG. Death of gatekeepers. And I'm not saying that to, you know, like attack nobody, but I'm just saying, if you're not on this love vibration, yo, you're trying to control the independence. I'm not gonna say what's gonna happen to you. Y'all should be smart enough to know. Spirit been told me to stop saying, like, just give the message. Stop saying, talking about the karma and all of this and what's gonna happen. No, y'all are grown. What I said earlier on Pusha T and No Malice, let God sort them out. God is gonna sort them out. God is gonna see who's on this love vibration. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna step back, take lesser roles, and just be of support. If you don't have the creativity, if you don't know how to manifest and things like that, you need to be in support of the ones who do, because those are the ones that's going to take care of the different communities that's scattered across the country and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got this war, this tug of war, and this thing like this where you're trying to just have control. That's not okay. Let me take me for instance, right? So if I've been through certain things in my life, right, and I go on a healing journey, which everyone has to, because something happened to everyone in this world. It's just a part of the game. So if I go on a healing journey, right, and I start to do these lectures like this, and so I put it on, you know, social media where it can generate money to where that's my lane. That's my, you know what I'm saying? I'm using my talent. I'm using what I'm confident in. I'm in my lane where I've studied in, you know, sat through these hours and hours and hours of lectures and came to this understanding. And I'm even building on to what I've learned from other teachers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's the only thing that I'm doing, but this is 2025. We pushing it forward, direct to consumer, to where it's like there will be more independence, more self-employed, to where it and I know it seems like, well, how would that work? It'll all balance itself out because we're on a love vibration. We're getting into the higher mind. I'm trying to influence people to get into their higher mind so they can find their lane, so everybody will be doing their part. Everybody's not supposed to be doing what I'm doing. So it don't make sense to say, man, he can't be a role model, or we can't put him on a certain display because that's not the way anybody should be living. No, this is my lane. I'm walking this walk and doing this so I can be in a, you know, try to be in a as comfortable as I can going through what I'm going through. And me going through what I'm going through was a part of, you know, what had to kind of push. And, you know, I'll get into that too. Because, you know, that goes into, you know, the riots and things like that. Even if it looks bad, it's still a part of our alchemical process. You know what I'm saying? So that we can, because I don't know. Somebody look up. I forgot to do this. I was going to do this. I don't know how much a visa is. I don't know how much it is. I don't know the process to get a green card. But if those people, see, if you got it like that, you'll find a way to adapt. You'll find a way to get on the love vibration and find your lane to where you're doing something to where you can afford a visa, or you can, like, what's that dude, the TikToker? They threw the TikToker out the country. Now, it was funny that he got 20 million up. He got a 20 million net worth and didn't have a visa. He was just like, fucking, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of wild. But, you know, those kind of things like that, where it's like, you taking that path. It's a unique path. I'm telling people to bring out the genius, yo. Bring out the genius. Because what's happening is, right, we're on a karmic timeline, and y'all are creating the karma with this, or if you're not down with our group, if you in and out, you know what I'm saying, we'll kill you, and you know what I'm saying, and I know it's strong words, but somebody got to be the messenger. Somebody got to bring the strong words to tell you what it is and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are in these groups, and it's like, okay, well, this person, that gonna be the sacrifice or whatever. And it's like, no, that person had a community to take care of. You get what I'm saying? That person had a community to take care of. So you kind of can see the point I'm making of, you know, getting on that love vibration, releasing the fear, the manipulation, and the control, just to, you know, be on some type of herding type of mentality. What was another point I was making? So, you know, like I said, so everybody got to find their own lane, right? Find your lane. So, because that's going to equal things out. I know it's scary. That's what it is. It's scary. It scares the people, if you've been in control and you've been at the top for so long, or, you know, it kind of scares you if you feel like it's some type of competition coming your way or something like that. But it'll equal itself out. And I say this, hey, get on a love vibration. Find someone to invest in. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to, how can I say this? If you gotta basically respect and you know, respect the ones that can manifest, respect the creators, yo. Get into it where it's like, okay, well, I'll take a smaller portion so that you could do your thing, so that it could be no karmic kind of restrictions. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. It has to be. We got to bring the genius out, yo. We can't suppress the genius, because I'm telling you right now, if I don't want to be in your group, that don't mean that I don't have nothing to contribute to the world, that I can't share my genius. You get what I'm saying? So, like for instance, right? I'm doing this as you know, this is one form of one thing that I want to share with the world, right? So, as a messenger, this is what I'm doing too. It's more so on the point to where, what are you doing that's helpful? What are you doing that when somebody deals with you and they take away what you have to offer, how does it make them feel? So that's where you come into the love vibration, where we come into the service. Yo, I'm serving humanity. What I have to serve you is going to be good for you. You know what I'm saying? When I do these lectures and when I give these messages, I want people to go away feeling lighter, feeling good. And I know I've done that. You get what I'm saying? I want people to go away feeling lighter, feeling good. So that's what it's going to be about. Do you have something of service that's going to, you know, people are going to get tired of the fuck you pay me. I got something right here. You should buy it just cause. No, it's like, it's make or break now. It's, are you serving love? Are you know what I'm saying? What Kendrick Lamar say? Love ain't just a verb. It's you looking in the mirror. So you got to be love. You got to, you know, love ain't just, oh, I'm in love with somebody in a relationship. No, love is, are you walking love? Are you love itself? Because God is love. So are you co-creating? Are you co-creating? Are you being a co-creator? You get what I'm saying? So, So there might be someone that, or say if I'm the messenger, there might be someone that, you know, they might want to be their own lawyer. They went and studied their own law and became their own lawyer. And so now they got their own law office. They're not up under no branch. They have their own law office in their own community doing their thing. Same as a doctor, you know. There's people out here that love to help people and help people as far as heal, so they can be their own doctor. They don't have to be up under no branch and sticking people with you know, vaccines if they don't agree with that. That's love. You get what I'm saying? So the more y'all keep knocking off it's an attack on independence. That's basically what it is. People don't want to, because they don't know what that feels like. They don't know. It's fear. It's the devil. You're scared. Why are you scared of other people becoming powerful? That's the thing, because it's guilty conscience. So you need to hold yourself accountable for that. And, you know, I guess get on the love vibration. Like I say, stop with or if you're not down with our group, we gonna shut you down, we gonna kill you, or whatever that, you know what I'm saying? That gatekeeping is an attack. You know what I'm saying? That person might have kids to feed. Now you attacking the kids. You know what I'm saying? Now you attacking the kids because that person might have kids to feed. You know what I'm saying? So, and let me take it back to myself, right? So if I found a way to get on the love vibration and be helpful and be of service, why would you try to make me look dumb? If you try to, you know, suppress my work, or, you know, try to take my work, and you know, and I know it's making money. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's the story. That's the, you know, if you're going to put me through the ringer, understand this, and I don't mean to be personal, but if you're going to put me through the ringer, understand you woke up one of the ancient ones, right? I have something to say too, you know? And so, hey, and if it's a misunderstanding, correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, and I already know the angry, what's his name? He was staying at the shelter. He said, hey, let them do what they do. They're going to have to pay you all that back or whatever, right? But anyway, right? So it's like, you know, that's the story right there. This is me helping push it forward. That should be the story. I shouldn't have to, you know, don't try to abuse your power to say, hey, no, go get a job like it's 1995. No, it's 2025. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025. We pushing this forward, Joe. It's already happening. We're going into the times where, it's so much people that shop on Amazon and get their stuff at Amazon delivered to their door. That's a service. That is helpful. They don't have to go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Blockbuster went out of business because they didn't want to become Netflix. You get what I'm saying? So it's the outdated thinking that's, you're stopping the flow of God, yo. And so that's where it's like, I say bad leadership, you're stopping the flow of God. If you turn on the faucet, right, and you're letting water run, and you put your hand under it and kind of like smush the water so the water would stop, so you could kind of like stop the flow, what's going to happen? You're going to make a mess. It's going to be water shooting everywhere. So now, it's a mess, but it's kind of like that has to happen too. So even if you're mad at Trump and all of this stuff and stuff like that, just understand that he's not doing nothing that he's doing only what it's working for us too. Now I get on the narcs and I get on the karmics and all of this and that like that. But honestly speaking, truthfully, it's no pain, no gain, And sometimes, and I have to constantly remind myself of that. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, you gotta go through something. And I say that myself, like I say, when I get these channels and I get these downloads, I gotta remember that I'm telling myself too. I say that in divine intervention, you gotta go through it first. There's no way around it. So even you might look at Trump and you might get mad at what he's doing and stuff like that. He's only going according to plan. All of this is, so people think they're stopping something. No, all of this is according to plan for the rise. You get what I'm saying? And it's not like when I say the rise, don't think of it like I'm trying to overthrow anything or anything like that. No, it's just going into a new era. You know what I'm saying? To where we're creating more currency. We're letting the genius rise, because if I give you something helpful, that's going to make you feel good. you're going to get into your higher mind. People can't get into their higher mind if they're working bum ass jobs that they don't like because one person wants to stay in power. They don't want to evolve. And so, you know, we work in this job, and it's, you know, you can't make no fake illegal conservatorship over me. I had plenty jobs. I went and got my CDL. I was driving truck across the country. If I was slow, I couldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? And so you got to stand for something, yo. This is me standing for love. This is me doing this for love, even if I got to sleep outside to get my point across, yo. Even if I got to sleep outside for a little bit to get my point across, because, you know, there's people at the shelters harassing me and trying to fear, manipulate, and control. You know? Put fear, manipulation, and control. You get what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? It's lovely out here. Nice little, you know, afternoon. But, yes, you could kind of, you know, like I said, build on what I'm saying. Get where, you know, it's going, get where I'm going with it, yo. Let's build our tables, yo. Let's build our tables and take care of our communities. You know why? Because that's the plight of the chosen, yo. This is not a, you know what I'm saying? The real gonna survive. The fake they just gonna have to get in line, or they just gonna have to be recycled into and be incarnate and reincarnate and then learn up under us, you know, when they come back or whatever. It's that type of timing right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of timing that I'm talking about. You know, let's build the table, yo. Let's build the table. Because let me tell you something right now. And I understand it's easy to just, you know, because people don't want to go through that. People don't want to have to sleep outside if they got to. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to just, let me just take the money, or, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna be in control. You're gonna be controlled. That's not the love vibration that we're talking about. We all should be trying to live like Lil Boosie. We all should be trying to get 70 acres, you know, because that's the ones that's gonna be proven anyway. The one that can get 70 acres. Do you get what I'm saying? You know? And they're gonna take care of the communities, yo. But people got to have respect. And you got to respect the ones that know how to manifest, the ones that know how to co-create. You get what I'm saying? We all want to get those 70 acres and, you know, build that lake, that man-made lake, and have our own catfish. What Varnell Hill say? Catfish is delicious. He said catfish is delicious. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fried, dyed, lay it to the side, red beans and gravy. I ain't too lazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You feel me? That's the kind of plight, that's the plight I'm talking about. You know, people been being outspoken about this. People been being outspoken about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, right? You know, and don't take me as no slight or whatever. People been on this type of time, right? Like I said, shout out to Soulja Boy, being a pioneer, showing the way, yo. You can't even have no, like, man, he had to finesse his way. He had to get on LimeWire and put title his songs 50 Cent songs. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all probably would have, you know what I'm saying? Probably would have blocked him, or probably would have been like, hold on, let's see what is this YouTube thing he's doing. You get what I'm saying? That type of timing. You know, like, it's direct to consumer. Direct to consumer. Damn, shout out to Dame Dash when he was like, direct to consumer, yo. Let's build our own table. I think that's what the problem was with Dame Dash and Jay-Z. And I could understand it, right? Because I'm not trying to slight who. I could understand, yo, because Dame Dash was like, yo, let's just build our own table, and you know what I'm saying, do it like that, flip it like that, or whatever. And Jay-Z was like, no, I got the face. I'ma just get like let me get the money. Let's get the money, and then you know, be the face for whatever brand they got going on. But see, at the same time, you still under control. So as long as we have people that's willing to be under control, this the same thing Joe Budden be talking about. As long as we have people that's still willing to be under control, then that's the kind of setbacks we're talking about. But I understand. It's not a slight now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear, somebody giving you 200 million, 100 million, you're gonna be like, you'll be like, man, hey, fuck what anybody gotta say either. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they're gonna make all the money from the Super Bowl commercial. I mean, from the Super Bowl halftime. You get what I'm saying? And so, you know, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. We still gonna watch football, you know, but at the same time, you can kind of get what I'm saying, to where we need more independence. We need more independence, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I can understand being in your ego. I can understand, you know, just be like, hell yeah, you know, shit, you want to give me 100 million, hey, I'll take it, you know? So I can understand that. But this is the type of timing I'm talking about now, where it's like, you know, this stuff is affecting lives and communities, and it's just, we gotta take it off of I. We gotta take it more off I and more on we. That's the love vibration. Like I said, I'm putting out these lectures and stuff like that, and already knowing it's a shadow banner. I tried to put it on TikTok. Now, a couple years ago when I used to fuck with TikTok, I would put a video on there, right? And it'll do something, yo. I try to put my videos on TikTok. It didn't go, it stayed on 0. Now if that ain't blocked, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, I should be able to do what I love and be in my independence, and you know, heck, shit, I'll pay my taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm trying to be what's the word? Systematic. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, it's just the shift. So, Babylon is falling, right? So the system is falling, but so they got to put something to distract you to not take accountability, when it was their bad leadership that the country is in the way it's in now. Always wanting to, me, my, us, and you can't get in mentality is why, because it's so much debt, and we're not creating enough currency, because it's like, oh, if you're not in with us, then you can't get money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why somebody can't be in their section, in their corner, and have some type of stature about themselves. That's guilty mindset. That's fear. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, nobody's trying to start we're not trying to overthrow anything. You know what I'm saying? People just want to eat good. You know what I'm saying? Throw a couple cookouts. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, get back to the community like that. You know, buy out a couple food trucks, let the people eat good, stuff like that. You know, like getting on the love vibration. So I should be able to make money off of my work, make money off of my direct to consumer, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. And so, you know, kind of build on that, kind of put that in your mental, and you know, that's kind of where we going with it. Let your mind run on that. The age of Aquarius, yo. The independence, it's an attack on independence, yo. Ooh, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Unfortunate situation. I'm not really talking about the situation. It was an unfortunate situation, and I don't like it. I think it was bad for both of their careers. Unfortunate situation, but that's the kind of things that happen when we're not in control and paying attention to what we do. And so what happens is, the man that's having a great independent run, now he goes down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying who did what or what happened. I'm just saying it was for sure an attack on independence. You get what I'm saying? Because what he was doing, you know, it was like, yo, he was putting out NFTs or something like that, and it's like, if we keep trying to, it's like, man, I think it's like y'all, did y'all colonize the streamers? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, that type of stuff. It's like, let the independence grow, yo. Let the independence grow. That's going to be more love vibration. That's going to bring more relief, more karmic relief. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to just be building more bosses. I'm going to come back with a part 2, yo. I'm going to come back with a part 2. So y'all be smooth. Y'all be cool. The age of Aquarius, you kind of get what I'm saying. Run with it. Run with your mind. I hope I got it all out. If I didn't, I'm gonna come back. But peace out.